Jonah preached to the wicked people of Nineveh, and they turned to God. You'd think that Jonah would have been happy about this, but he wasn't. But to Jonah, this seemed very wrong, and he became angry. He prayed to the Lord. "Isn't this what I said, Lord, when I was still at home? This is what I tried to forestall by fleeing to Tarshish. I knew that you are a gracious and compassionate God, slow to anger and abounding in love, a God who relents from sending calamity. Now, Lord, take away my life, for it is better for me to die than to live." That's Jonah chapter 4, verse 1 through 3. Then Jonah went and set up camp on a hill looking out over Nineveh, hoping that they would return to their wickedness and God would wipe them out and he could watch. God made a leafy plant sprout up to give Jonah shade from the scorching sun, and Jonah loved it. But then God sent worms to eat the plant and kill it. And when the plant died, Jonah complained about how miserable he was and how he just wanted to die. God was trying to teach Jonah a lesson, that the guy cared more about a plant and about his own comfort than he did about all the people in Nineveh. Jesus also killed a plant. Here's how that whole thing went down. Early in the morning, as Jesus was on his way back to the city, he was hungry. Seeing a fig tree by the road, he went up to it but found nothing on it except leaves. Then he said to it, "May you never bear fruit again." Immediately the tree withered. When the disciples saw this, they were amazed. "How did the fig tree wither so quickly?" they asked. Jesus replied, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith and do not doubt, not only can you do what was done to the fig tree, but also you can say to this mountain, 'Throw yourselves into the sea,' and it will be done. If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer." Matthew 21, 18 through 22. Jesus killed the plant to teach his disciples a lesson about having faith in God. But there's more going on here. Jesus and Jonah each looked to a plant to provide for their physical needs. Jonah needed shelter from the sun, and Jesus needed food. The big difference, though, is how they reacted when the plant couldn't deliver. Jonah griped and complained and mourned about the loss of his precious plant. But Jesus didn't cry about the figless fig tree. He just cursed it and walked away. The most important thing to Jonah was himself, his own pride, his own image, and his own comfort. But Jesus had different priorities. Jesus didn't cry over the fig tree because he cared about bigger things than just his own physical comfort. Jesus said, "My food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work." John 4, verse 34. Hebrews shows us how Jesus rewrote Jonah's story and perfected Jonah's faith, along with all of the great and not so great heroes of the Old Testament. And when we follow Jesus, he does the same thing for us. He is the author and perfecter of our faith.